you get a thrill still, or do you feel, oh, here we are, back at McLaren, do the gym, do that? I'm just interested to know, because you've always loved motor racing, haven't you? And this has always been your dream. I guess I'm really asking, how long does the dream last before it becomes everyday work, you know?
Yeah. Well, for sure, it's still special all the time. You come here because it's an amazing facility to to be part of, let's say, and especially being a driver for this team. Of course, the first time you enter here is always special, because I didn't know what to expect. I'd never really been to a Formula 1 team, and then to arrive here was quite special the first time. I've been here for quite a while now. Let's say, I've been with McLaren 4 years. First as a young driver, and they've helped me a lot through all the junior series I've been racing in. And yeah, I mean, it's just great when you've got that chance to be with one of the biggest teams in Formula 1, and then to progress to their to the actual Formula 1 team as a full-time racing driver is just it's just amazing.
And although obviously it's frustrating as a race driver, I would guess, the situation you have at the moment, constantly developing the car, looking for improvements at every race, in some ways that's kind of a cool thing, because you're growing with all that at a commensurate rate.
Yeah, it's not maybe been the start of a Formula 1 career that I've wanted. I definitely wanted to be more competitive, but it is what it is, and this is Formula 1. That not everything always goes the way you want to, and unfortunately we've been struggling a bit at the start of the season, still making good progress through this season. I think as a rookie, for me it's also been like the first time where things not really have gone my way, let's say, because everything I did before, I was turning up to a race weekend, and I knew when I was doing a good job, when I was pulling everything together, making no mistakes, doing the job I had to do, then I generally was fighting for a victory out there. Whilst now you turn up to a race weekend and you know that you almost have no chance to win.
It may sound pretentious for me, but it strikes me you're probably learning more in a very short space of time than many young drivers coming into Formula 1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when a car is good and everything goes well, then everything is more or less easy.
Yeah.
But when things are difficult, that's really when you start to learn different things. And I think from my side as well, I've been learning loads this first part of the season, and things have not always gone like I wanted to. I've been trying a lot of different things, because also we're in a position where we can afford to try a bit different things, and if it doesn't turn out to be good, then nothing's really lost, let's say.
And it strikes me that Fernando's probably quite a good guy to have alongside you for that, because he's quite good at that. He's quite good at just jumping in the car and doing a time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Or indeed stringing a race together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Fernando is he's still as quick as ever, and a very competitive guy, but also very, very experienced now, and I think it's one of his main strengths is no matter the conditions, how they are, how difficult they are, he always gets in the car and delivers. For me, it's great to have a benchmark like him next to me. I've kind of worked very hard with the team, trying to get things a bit more my way as well, because myself and Fernando, we do have quite a different driving style.
How's it different?
Well, I'm kind of let's say a late breaker. I need the confidence under braking, which is what I usually had in GP2 as well. I'm the kind of driver that needs the confidence under braking, need to feel comfortable there. And at the start of the season, with the new tires, they behave a bit different than how they did in the past, and that's taken a little bit of time for me to get used to also pass the information to the engineers, and for them to completely understand what I need from the car. And I think now everything is more and more coming together, and the recent results have showed that as well. Is now we're competing very closely with Fernando in all the practice sessions, qualifying sessions, and yeah, the races as well have gone a lot better.
What's the best corner and feeling you've had in the car so far this year, would you say, the Formula One car? If you had to think of one moment when the car just felt fabulous and the corner was great.
Let's thinking. I think Silverstone was nice.
Where at Silverstone?
Copse was cool. It was just on the limit flat. Yeah, Beckett's Megas. I mean, that part in qualifying was really quick. That's a nice,
The car's good at change of direction.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also Silverstone was one of the tracks where you look the cars from the outside and they look quick on track, which is always nice when you see that as well.
Breathtaking into Maggots and then into the first part of Beckett's and also into Copse. Head on into Copse.
Yeah.
The cars look
it's funny when you see it on like camera angles where you have the head-on shot in Copse and then the change of direction. How quick those cars actually turn in, and it's very different feeling in the car actually.